If you love electronics and learning about them, then bigclivedotcom might be one of your favorite YouTube channels. Clive Mitchell is the man behind this popular channel. His story is quite interesting. In this video, I'll tell you how Clive's love for electronics started, about his electronics career, and how he became a successful content creator. So, now let's start from the beginning. Clive Mitchell was born on January 12, 1965 in East Kilbride, Scotland. Later, he moved to Glasgow where he lived for 25 years before moving to the Isle of Man. His brother, Ralphie Mitchell, is an embalmer. He also has a YouTube channel, ralphie.com. At a young age, Clive's father took him on a tour to a place in Glasgow. There, Clive saw an elevator controller and got interested in it, and he decided to grow up to become a lift engineer. At the time, he also loved riding in lifts. His father suggested that he first become an electrician and then try to become a lift engineer. Once Clive's mother gave him a small torch bulb and demonstrated to him how to connect it to a 4.5-volt battery to make it glow, and this sparked his love for electronics. Clive has been disassembling electronics since a young age, and at the time, he used to build coin-operated vending machines with Lego. Later, he also started working on electromechanical things like relays, lamps, solenoids, and motors. Clive used to learn electronics by reading magazines like Practical Electronics Magazine, Everyday Electronics, Electronics Today International, and Elector Magazine, and later, he started learning electronics on the internet. His passion for electronics later established his career as an electrician. Now let's take a brief look at Clive's education and career. After completing his schooling in 1981, at 16, from Hunter High School in East Kilbride, he joined E.J. Steele and Company Electrical Engineers Limited for an apprenticeship. Initially, Clive did an apprenticeship in construction and steelworks, and then moved to the electronics department before leaving the company. He studied for a City and Guilds 236-1, 2 and C from Motherwell Technical College, and graduated in 1984. Clive worked at Forth Electrical Services for a while, and then moved to Thomas Johnstone Shopfitters before becoming self-employed. He tried to start an electrical contracting company, but dropped this idea after a few setbacks. Clive worked as a freelance electrician and panel builder for Hussman Refrigeration in Glasgow. He also manufactured lighting controllers and FX for the fairground industry, and also freelance for Northern Light Stage and Theater Lighting Company. At the time, he also started a business of manufacturing line controllers, and later, he built control systems and worked for PRG, BBC, and Disney. While growing up, Clive was familiar with only electromechanics, but later, the electronic revolution happened, and he was greatly attracted towards it. Initially, he used to get alarmed with electronics as they used to accidentally go up in flames and were expensive, but this didn't diminish his love for electronics. Clive's favorite book is CMOS Cookbook. He developed a passion for programming at a young age, and when he got his first computer, a ZX81, in 1981, he immediately started programming on it, and he also learned programming on a Heathkit system, and he evolved into microcontroller programming and assembly code. Clive also owned ZX Spectrum, Sinclair QL, and PCs. He was an early adopter of the internet and programmed his website, www.bigclive.com, in lean HTML. Around 2007, Clive stopped watching television, with YouTube becoming his main mode of entertainment. He used to enjoy watching the electronic channels. After moving to the Isle of Man, he felt an obligation to start his YouTube channel to give back to YouTube by producing videos. Clive started his YouTube channel, bigclive.com, on January 14, 2007, and later started focusing more on his channel than his website. Currently, he has 1.06 million subscribers on his channel and earns through ads. He also accepts donations through Patreon and PayPal. Initially, Clive wanted to register the clive.com domain name and build a website on it, but he found that this domain name was cyber-squatted and was being offered at an exorbitant price, as Big Clive was his moniker. Thanks to him being tall, at 6 feet 4 inches and broad-shouldered, he registered the bigclive.com domain name and started his website. Bigclive.com became successful, and later, Clive started his YouTube channel by the same name, which also eventually became successful. He lives in Ramsey, Isle of Man, and has his workshop there. Now that I've finished telling you his story, enjoy a few tidbits about Clive. He also knows French and has traveled to Australia and the US. This Illurophile loves walking long distances and loves electronic dance music, especially Jack Your Body, music song by Steve Silk Hurley. Clive is nocturnal and loves vans. He owned many vans like Ford Escort van, Ford Fiesta van, and a Ford Transit van. He is a fan of Big Show and Kimbo Slice. He loves lasers. He built his first laser, a helium neon laser from scratch. So, how are you inspired by Clive Mitchell's story? Please comment below. If you are into reading, I've also written his story on my website, which I'm linking in this video's description. Finally, if you are interested in more success stories of your favorite YouTubers, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.